The general theme is how does it feel to be a hypocrite?
Right. Well, he sounds like a royal dirtbag.
I was wrong about something.
Magnificent! Magnificent! Magnificent!
If we can be with ourselves, if we can understand ourselves, we can love.
It's not my fault nobody can understand what you're saying.
Let's go while we're young.
3, 2, 1. Just introduce yourself and tell me what you ate for breakfast.
Hey, good morning. Hopefully everything's working right away this morning and you can see me. You can hear me. But having computer issues and audio wasn't working this morning, but I think we've got it back. So that's a good sign. Justice, today we're looking at Stoicism and the virtues of Stoicism more specifically. So there's 4 of those, so cornerstones essentially. And today is justice. We looked at wisdom already. We looked at courage. Monday we'll take a look at temperance. And so today is justice. Now, when you think about justice, you think about like a legal concept, I suppose. You think about somebody did something wrong and you know, the fairness of justice or the rule of law, and that's how we have justice. But when you look at it in Stoicism, you have it's a little bit different type of a thing. And I honestly wish I had more time to kind of unpack some of these things, just personally for one, but also with you. And I think that on the other podcasts that there's just been a ton of things behind the scenes that I've been working on with it, and kind of going to redo the Matt Logan show as I had done before. But at any rate, there's just so many great things here. If you're new here to the show in the morning, we're trying to just have a conversation. So send me a message and let me know what you think. I really appreciate them. It's kind of one of those things that we're in this thing together, and we're not going to always agree. And sometimes we may never agree. We all have different perspectives and opinions and things like that. But what I'm trying to do with the morning show is just really dig into certain things and learn from them myself and share what I have learned with you. So today's hashtag, please get it in here during the live show. And that is hashtag justice. In fact, I'm going to put it on here right now. And what that does is put you in the drawing. If you've won before, please enter the drawing again. Go right ahead and do that. I have the ladies shirt on today. I'll make that larger in just a second, and that you can win 2 shirts. So I'll show you the guy's shirt. This is how do I look in ocean blue? Do I look okay? I mean, it's hopefully, I guess it's coming across all right, but 1 second. There we go. Put that on there. And so I wonder why that's not working. Interesting. Here we go. Wasn't getting me back on the screen. So get it in there. Hashtag justice for a chance to win this shirt and this one as well. So his and hers, 2 shirts again today. They seem to be I do screen printing right in my home, and this was a decent hit yesterday, so hopefully you'll like it. It's a lot of fun doing it. So hashtag justice, get that in there, and let's dig into this. So justice and Stoicism being one of those cornerstones, justice actually emphasizes like fairness, empathy. One could even call part of it being like community service, where you do something for your community in your own style, in your own fashion, and things like that. It's the idea, it's a kind of a broad idea of covering personal ethics and your responsibility to society is really what justice is in Stoicism, and what that means, in what they had kind of done in that philosophy of Stoicism. So it's sort of understood in it that it's an expression of love or self-sacrifice. I mean, real actual love, not romantic love or anything like that, but just love of people, of the human race, essentially. In that that justice is one of those four things that are really, really crucial to personal development. And then also in that sense, when we can be developed personally, we can then kind of outwardly express some of those things to help benefit society, I suppose is a good way to put it. And so the Stoics believed that justice would include a negative and a positive, right? So it wasn't just like, ooh, lovey-dovey and, self-sacrifice and personal growth. It was both a negative and a positive justice. And that basically involved let's talk abstinence, right? And I don't mean that in the sense that just popped into your head, but it's abstaining from things. It's abstaining from things like harming someone else, or even damaging personal property, such as theft or assault of any type. Deceit would also be involved in one of the negative things for justice and Stoicism. And then positive things would involve like active benevolence, right? It would be like helping other people, a hand up, not a handout. That was definitely something they wanted people to just constantly learn and grow. Advocating for something that maybe seemed to be unfair for certain things. Holding others accountable, though, was a massive thing. Holding them accountable for their actions, that you couldn't just have a negative action and you couldn't do negative things to people in society, like we talked about theft and personal assault or property assault or anything like that. That there had to be that accountability that really involved it. So to cultivate justice, Stoics then would recommend that one of the first things and one of the foremost things of it that they would recommend was that we have to hold ourselves accountable. We have to hold ourselves accountable for what our intentions are, hold ourselves accountable for our actions towards other people. We have to engage with communities, to impact them in what we feel is a positive way, not be agreeable, but just to be striving to do it in a way of understanding and the understanding of the perspective of others, and in order to positively impact communities. So Marcus Aurelius, actually, I really, it's been years and years and years, but I did a lot of reading on Marcus Aurelius, and remarkable Stoic. He emphasized that recognizing other human beings as equals and treating them with kindness is one of those like fundamental parts or aspects of justice, that we had to see them as equal. We didn't see them as status or see them as whatever. It was an equal person. That was important to his teachings and his writings. But also it was not to it was still that negative thing. It was also to really hold people accountable and things along those lines. So we're getting up to, I'm getting chatty again on this. I have tons of notes on this one. It's really fun. If you haven't done it, if you're watching, if you've won before, please #justice and give it away to somebody, right? If you won before, give it away to somebody, but #justice, and that'll get you in the drawing in just a minute. So I'm going to wrap it up with this. Stoics believed that justice is basically a relational virtue. It's relational to people. It's not a court system just simply coming down on somebody. That's part of it, but it's relational. It focuses on relations between people, that we need to hold them accountable, and hopefully then that when we can hold them accountable, we can hold ourselves accountable, that will help them be a prosperous person in society. I mean, that was part of their 4 virtues, was that they wanted to develop individual people, so that those individual people with that development could then produce a fantastic society. And so it's essential for a life of integrity, and integrity means that we have to address the negative, and part of it would also be a positive impact in our circle of influence. So that's the wrap. Justice, #justice. If you've won before, please #justice. That's fine. We'll put you in the drawing. You can give it away for these t-shirts. Again, it is 2 of them. I'm making these over the weekend. These are brand new, screen printing them right here in my house. And so this is a his and a hers kind of thing. So we'll get that going right now. Let's try to get this back on a split screen if we can. And things are working. Yeah. Here we go. If I win, I can't exclude myself. It actually seems to help. All right, Becca today. Fantastic. So I'll want you, I mean, at your leisure, just tell me what size you want. Obviously, we go back a long ways, you and Spencer and the family. So just send me what sizes you guys want, and we'll get those figured out, and I'll send them to you or swing them by or something like that. So be good to see you guys again. Hey, Monday, we're going to look at temperance for this whole virtues of Stoicism. I think that I know that it's been fun for me. I hope that it's been interesting a little bit for you and things. So we are going to wrap it up with have a great Friday, have a great weekend. Remember to be shiny and also stay shiny. So stay strong, stay hope, stay influential, stay necessary, and stay you. We'll see you on Monday.
You know what I just saw?
Who is this guy?
I call myself podcast because of my podcast.
I have exorcised the demons. This house is clear.
So it's done.
It's done.